Time series analysis is a statistical method for modeling and analyzing data that is collected over time. It is used to identify patterns and trends in data and to make predictions about the future. Time series analysis is used in a wide variety of industries, including finance, economics, healthcare, and manufacturing. Time series analysis has a wide range of applications including forecasting. Time series analysis is a powerful forecasting tool that analyzes sequential data points over time to identify patterns and trends and seasonality, enabling business and organizations to make informed decisions and predictions across various fields. The second one is trend analysis. Time series analysis is crucial for trend analysis because it allows us to identify patterns and predict future outcomes by examining how data changes over time, which is essential for informed decision making in various fields. The third one is seasonality analysis. Time series analysis helps identify and understand seasonality, recurring patterns in data that fluctuate over specific time intervals, by decomposing data into trend, seasonal, and residual components. This enables businesses to forecast future events, optimize operations, and make informed decisions. The fourth one is anomaly detection. Time series analysis is crucial for anomaly detection, allowing us to identify unusual patterns in data that changes over time, with applications ranging from fraud detection to predictive maintenance. And the last one is signal processing. Time series analysis is a core technique in signal processing. It analyzes data collected sequentially over time to identify patterns, trends, and relationships, enabling tasks like forecasting, data smoothing, and interpolation. There are two main types of time series analysis. First is univariate time series analysis. This type of analysis focuses on a single time series variable. So let's break it down. Univariate, this means we're dealing with only one variable. For example, the daily number of library visitors, the monthly sales of a specific book, or the hourly temperature in a room. We're not looking at how other factors might influence this variable. We're just focusing on its own history. The next one is time series. This indicates the data is collected over time, with each data point having a specific timestamp. The order of data points is crucial, as we're interested in how variable changes over time. Analysis. This involves examining the patterns and characteristics of the time series data. We're looking for things like trends, seasonality, cycles, and irregularities. In essence, univariate time series analysis helps us understand the story that a single variable tells over time, allowing us to make informed predictions and decisions.
The second one is multivariate time series analysis. This type of analysis focuses on multiple time series variables.
So here is the breakdown for multivariate time series analysis. Multivariate. This means we're dealing with more than one variable. For example, we might analyze the number of library visitors, the number of books checked out, and the number of library events held all over time. The sales of different book genres like fiction, non-fiction, children's over time. Website traffic, social media engagement, and online catalog searches for libraries' digital presence. Time series. As with univariate time series analysis, the data is collected over time, and the order of data points is essential. Analysis. This involves examining the patterns and relationship between the multiple variables over time. We're looking for how the variables influence each other, lead-lag relationships, co-movements, and forecasting. So why multivariate time series analysis is useful? First, it improves forecasting accuracy. By accounting for the relationship between variables, we can often make more accurate prediction than with univariate time series analysis. Next, more comprehensive understanding. It provides a more complete picture of how a system behaves over time by considering multiple interacting variables. Lastly, it identifies drivers and dependencies. It helps us understand which variables are driving changes in other variables and how they are dependent on each other. Time series analysis can be performed using a variety of statistical methods such as autoregressive integrated moving average or ARIMA models. ARIMA models are used to forecast future values of a time series variable based on its past values. First, it checks if the data is stationary, meaning its statistical properties don't change over time. If not, it adjusts the data. Then, it looks at how past values influence current ones and how past prediction errors affect future predictions. By combining this analysis, the ARIMA model can forecast future values, providing valuable insights for decision making. In simpler terms, it's like teaching a computer to recognize and extend trends in data that changes over time. So, the second one is exponential smoothing. Exponential smoothing is a forecasting method that is similar to ARIMA models, but is simpler to implement and interpret. Imagine, you're trying to predict the number of people who visit the library tomorrow. Instead of just taking the average of everyone who came in the past few days, exponential smoothing gives more importance to the most recent days. It's like saying, what happened yesterday is probably a better clue than what happened a week ago. Essentially, it's a way to smooth out the ups and downs in your data while still paying attention to the latest trends. You give a weight to each day's number, with the most recent days getting the biggest weight. This helps you create a smoother prediction line that follows the current direction of the data, making it useful for forecasting things that change over time, like daily library visits or monthly book checkouts. And the last method is Prophet. Prophet is a forecasting method that is developed by Facebook. It is designed to be easy to use and generate accurate forecasts. Prophet is especially good at dealing with data that has a clear seasonal patterns, like a surge in library visits during summer break and trends that change over time. Prophet automatically identifies these patterns and separate them from random noise, giving you a clearer picture of what's really going on. It also lets you easily add information about special events like book club meeting or a school visit to improve your prediction. So instead of just guessing based on the past averages, Prophet helps you make smarter forecasts by recognizing the unique rhythms and events that influence your library's activity.
Univariate time series analysis is a type of time series analysis that focuses on a single time series variable. It is used to identify patterns and trends in the data and to make predictions about the future. Univariate time series analysis is used in a wide variety of industries including finance, economics, healthcare, and manufacturing. Here are some examples of univariate time series analysis: forecasting sales, predicting stock prices, tracking patient health, and monitoring machine performance. Univariate time series can be performed using a variety of statistical methods, such as autoregressive integrated moving average or ARIMA. ARIMA models are used to forecast future values of a time series variable based on its past values. Three components of ARIMA. Number one, autoregressive or AR term. This is the relationship between an observation and a specified number of log observation or the past data. Exponential smoothing. Exponential smoothing is a forecast method that is similar to ARIMA model, but it is simpler to implement and interpret. Exponential smoothing. Exponential smoothing is a time series forecasting method that applies weighted average to past observation, giving more weighted to recent data points. This method is useful when predicting future values based on historical data that may exhibit trends and seasonality. The primary goals of exponential smoothing is to make forecasts by smoothing out the noise from the time series data. Prophet. Rapid is a forecasting method that is developed by Facebook. It is designed to be easy to use and to generate accurate forecasts. Rapid. Rapid is designed for forecasting time series data, especially when there are seasonal effects, holidays, and irregular trends. It works by decomposing data into three components: the trends, seasonality, and holidays or events. Component of time series: trends, seasonality, and noise. Trends: a long-term increase or decrease in the data. Number two, seasonality: repeating patterns or cycles at regular intervals. Number three, noise: random or unpredicted variation that cannot be explained by trends and seasonality.
Multivariate time series analysis. Multivariate time series analysis is a type of time series analysis that focuses on multiple time series variables. It is used to identify patterns and relationships between the variables and to make predictions about the future. Multivariate time series analysis is used in a wide variety of industries including finance, economics, healthcare, and manufacturing. Multivariate time series analysis studies and models multiple time-dependent variables that affect one another in order to understand complex relationships and predict future trends in a diverse range of fields. Here are some examples of multivariate time series analysis. Forecasting stock prices. A financial analyst can use multivariate time series analysis to forecast stock prices by considering factors such as interest rates, economic growth, and the performance of other industries. The analysts see that interest rates are going up, economic growth is slowing, and the tech sector is underperforming. The multivariate time series models might predict that if stock price will start trending down based on these trends. The analysts can then recommend to their clients that they should sell or reduce their position in its stock because the model predicts that its value will decline. Predicting customer churn. A retail company can use multivariate time series analysis to predict customer churn by considering factors such as customer purchase history, product reviews, and customer support interactions. This is the example of predicting customer churn. If a customer has suddenly stopped buying as frequently, has left negative reviews on recent purchases, and has emailed customer support several times with issues that haven't been resolved. The multivariate time series model may indicate that the customer is very likely to churn. The company can then reach out to the customer with a personalized discount offer. Prioritize resolving the customer support issues, or offer the customer a loyalty program to incentive continued purchases. Identifying disease outbreaks. A healthcare organizations can use multivariate time series analysis to identify disease outbreaks by considering factors such as disease incidence rates, patient demographics, and travel histories. Example of identifying disease outbreaks. The Healthcare Organization noticed an annual spike in the number of respiratory illness cases in a particular age group in a particular region. They also noticed an unusual patterns traveling from a region that has recently experienced an outbreak of a similar respiratory illness. The pattern recognition by the multivariate time series model trigger an alert public health teams look into and discover a cluster of cases with confirmed diagnosis of the diseases. Rapid interventions including isolation of patients and public health messaging help to contain the outbreaks. Optimizing production schedules. A manufacturing company can use multivariate time series analysis to optimize production schedules by considering factors such as machine availability, inventory levels, and demand forecasts. This is the example of optimizing production schedules. The company knows that a major machine will be down for maintenance next week, reducing its availability based on the machine downtime, the forecast demand, and the current inventory levels. The multivariate time series model recommends that given the machine downtime, the forecast demand, and the current inventory levels, the company adjusts the production schedules to prioritize production of products that need the unavailable machines and increase production of products that do not need it to minimize the effects of the machine's downtimes and maintain an optimal inventory level. Multivariate time series analysis can be performed using a variety of statistical methods such as vector autoregression or VAR models. VAR models are used to forecast future values or multiple time series variables based on their past values and the past values of other time series variables. Example of vector autoregression or VAR models. A financial analyst could use a VAR model to forecast stock prices and interest rates based on the past values. The model would predict future stock prices and interest rate based on the impact each variable has on the other. Structural Equation Modeling or SEM. SEM is a statistical method that can be used to model complex relationships between multiple variables. Example of structural equation modeling or SEM. For example, a market researcher might use SEM to measure the effectiveness of an advertising campaign on brand awareness and purchase intentions. Dynamic factor models. Dynamic factor models are used to identify and model latent variables that derive the dynamics of multiple time series variables. Example of dynamic factor models. A financial analyst might use a DFM to analyze stock market data, discovering latent factors that explain the movement of different stock prices. These factors might represent market sentiment, industry trends, and microeconomic conditions. The analyst could then use the model to predict future stock prices and identify investment opportunities. Here is an example of how multivariate time series analysis can be used to forecast customer churn. A retail company wants to use multivariate time series analysis to forecast customer churn. The company has collected data on customer purchase history, product reviews, and customer support interactions. The company can use a multivariate time series model, such as VAR or SEM, to forecast customer churn. The model will be trained on the historical data. Once the model is trained, it can be used to forecast customer churn for new customers. The company can use the forecast to identify customers who are at risk of churning and to take steps to retain them. For example, the company may offer discounts or promotions to customers who are at risk of churning. Multivariate time series analysis is a powerful tool that can be used to extract valuable insight from data and to make better decisions. It is used by businesses and organizations of all sizes in a wide variety of industries.
Creating time series data is the process of collecting data over time. This data can be collected at regular intervals such as hourly, daily, or monthly, or it can be collected at irregular intervals. Time series data is fundamentally a sequence of data points, each associated with a specific timestamp that are ordered chronologically. This ordered arrangement is critical, as the temporal sequence itself carries significant information, whether measured at regular intervals like hourly temperature recordings or irregular ones, such as website user activity. The defining characteristic is the data's dependence on time. The significance of time series data stems from its capacity to reveal underlying patterns and trends that evolve over time. It enables the analysis of long-term movements, the identification of recurring seasonal patterns, and the forecasting of future values based on historical data. Moreover, it facilitates the detection of anomalies and provide insights into the dynamic behavior of various phenomena. Common components of time series data include trends, seasonality, cycles, and random noise, each contributing to the overall structure and interpretation of the data. Examples are widespread, ranging from daily stock prices and monthly sales figures to hourly weather measurement. Time series analysis, which utilizes statistical techniques, is essential for extracting meaningful insights and making informed prediction from this time-dependent data.
Here are some steps for creating time series data. First, identify the variables you want to track. What do you want to learn about? Once you know what you want to track, you can identify the data sources that will provide you with the information you need.
Identifying the specific variables are fundamental because the entire analysis revolves around understanding how that chosen variable evolves over a period. For instance, if you aim to analyze a library's activity, you might select variables like the number of books borrowed daily, the number of visitors per week, or the usage of digital resources monthly. The selection of these variables dictates the nature of the data you collect and the insights you can derive. It's essential to choose variables that are relevant to your objective, measurable over time, and expected to exhibit patterns or trends worth exploring.
Second, determine the frequency of the data collection. How often do you need to collect data? The frequency of data will depend on your goals and the resources you have available.
Determining the frequency of data collection dictates the intervals at which you record your chosen variable, and it has a profound impact on the insights you can glean. Choosing the right frequency is essential because it must align with the nature of the phenomena you're observing. For example, tracking daily website traffic might reveal short-term fluctuations, while monthly sales figures would highlight longer-term trends. The frequency must be fine enough to capture meaningful variation but not so granular that it introduces excessive noise or overwhelming data volume. Whether you opt for hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual data collection, the chosen frequency should reflect the inherent rhythm of the data and the specific objectives of your analysis.
Third, collect data. Once you have identified the data sources and the frequency of data collection, you can start collecting data. Be sure to document your data collection process so that you can reproduce it in the future.
The subsequent stage is the actual collection of the data itself. This is a critical phase, as the quality and accuracy of your analysis directly depend on the integrity of the data you gathered. Data collection can involve various methods such as manual recording, automated sensors, database queries, or web scraping, depending on the nature of the variables and the availability of the resources. It's essential to maintain consistency in data collection procedures to ensure that the data is comparable across all time points. Furthermore, meticulous attention should be paid to data accuracy, addressing any missing values or outliers appropriately. The collected data forms the foundation upon which your time series analysis will be built, so careful planning and execution of these steps are paramount to obtaining reliable and meaningful insights.
Clean and prepare the data. Once you have collected the data, you need to clean and prepare it for analysis. This may involve removing errors, converting data types, and aggregating data.
Data cleaning process involves scrutinizing the collected data to identify and rectify any inconsistencies, errors, or missing values that might compromise the accuracy of your time series analysis. Raw data is rarely perfect. It can contain outliers, duplicates, and formatting issues that, if left unaddressed, could lead to misleading conclusions. During data cleaning, you'll need to handle missing values either by removing incomplete records or inputting them using appropriate techniques. Outliers, which are extreme values that deviate significantly from the rest of the data, should be carefully examined to determine if they are genuine data points or errors. Additionally, you'll standardize formats, correct spelling errors, and ensure data consistency across all time points. This meticulous cleaning process is vital for ensuring that the data used in your analysis is reliable and representative of underlying phenomenon.
Lastly, store the data in a time series database. A time series database is a database that is designed to store and analyze time series data. These databases offer features such as data compression, indexing, and query optimization that make it easy to work with time series data.
This step is crucial because traditional databases are often not optimized for the unique characteristic of time series data, which is typically ordered, continuous, and voluminous. A time series database is specifically designed to handle this type of data efficiently, allowing for fast retrieval and analysis of time-based patterns. These databases offer features like time-based indexing, data compression, and specialized query languages that make it easier to perform operations like aggregating data over time intervals, calculating moving averages, and detecting anomalies. Storing your clean data in such a database ensures that it is readily accessible for subsequent analysis and forecasting, enabling you to extract meaningful insights and make informed decisions based on the temporal patterns within your data. Here are some examples of time series data: stock prices, sales data, sensor data, healthcare data, meteorological data, and economic data. Time series data can be used to answer a variety of questions such as what are the trends in data over time? What are the seasonal variations in the data? How can we predict future values of the data? What are the relationships between different time series variables? Time series data is a powerful tool that can be used to extract valuable insights from data and to make better decisions. It is used in a wide variety of industries and applications.
Charts are visual representations of data that can be used to identify trends, patterns, and relationships in the data. Common types of charts used to visualize time series data include line charts. Line charts are used to show how a variable changes over time. Bar charts. Bar charts are used to compare the values of a variable at different points in time. Area charts. Area charts are used to show the cumulative sum of a variable over time. Box plots. Box plots are used to show the distribution of a variable at different points in time.
Forecasting model. Forecasting model are mathematical model that can be used to predict future values of a time series variable. Forecasting models can be answered questions such as what are the expected sales for the next quarter? How will the stock market perform in the next year?
Common forecasting models include autoregressive integrated moving average or ARIMA models, exponential smoothing, profit.
Charts and forecasting model. Chart and forecasting model can be used together to gain deeper insight into time series data. For example, you can use chart to identify a trend in the data and then use a forecasting model to predict how trend will continue in the future.